Everyone, I am heading from Sanford to Raleigh for my wife's doctor's appointment. She's the one holding the camera. And the point of this video is to ask, is commuting from Sanford to Raleigh really an option for some people? It's about a 40-minute drive for us. We do this drive pretty frequently for doctor's appointments, social events, and when I go out there for work. So it's something we've gotten used to, but is it something that can be sustainable every day for somebody who works in the Triangle area and lives in Sanford? That's what we're looking to find out. So we just hopped on US 1, which is a highway that goes straight from Sanford all the way up to Raleigh. We're gonna drive for about 40 minutes to get to my wife's appointment. And throughout this drive, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about why some people might choose Sanford over Raleigh, and also what Raleigh has to offer and why people would want to drive there in the first place. So I will get to that, but first we're gonna stop for some coffee. The first part of this video, I'm going to kind of talk about the commute between Sanford and the Raleigh area. Once you get on US 1, you keep driving for about 40 minutes and you're in Raleigh. On the way, you do pass a few suburbs of the Raleigh area, including individual cities like Apex, Cary, Holly Springs, Fuquay, Varina, and those are very nice places to live. They range from about 30 to 45 minutes from Sanford itself. But the further you get from Lee County, which is where Sanford is, into Wake County, the higher prices of property will go. Once you get to that Apex, Cary area, you can branch out north to Durham and Chapel Hill, or you can continue northeast to get to Raleigh, and then eventually more northern parts of Raleigh like North Hills and other places like Wake Forest. I've driven this route quite a bit, and what I notice is that once you're on the highway listening to your music, the time passes really quickly and it doesn't feel like a massive commute. I used to commute when I lived in Florida, and a 20 to 30 minute commute with heavy traffic felt like the longest drive in the world. So this is quite a breeze. You do put more miles on your car, but the drive itself is really quite beautiful. Like I said, once you get on the highway, you just drive straight until you're in the center of Raleigh. The next thing I want to talk about is the cost of living in both of these areas. There's a reason that this channel is called Living in Sanford and not Living in Raleigh, and that's because I live in Sanford and our business is based out of Sanford. And we see a lot of people coming to Sanford because it is more affordable than places like Raleigh, like Apex, Cary, Chapel Hill, and Durham. But don't get me wrong, those places are beautiful. They have so much going on. They have so many people and so many opportunities, but the cost of living there is tremendous. The cost of homes there is tremendous. And when you have places so close, like Sanford, like Lillington, like Anger, even Fuquay and Holly Springs, these places are much more affordable and still give you that very close access to the Triangle area. I'm going to put up some graphics on the screen while I'm talking. I don't have the exact figures on hand, but you'll see when I put the average home cost for Lee County versus the average home cost for Wake County, which is where Raleigh is, you can see the true difference. When considering Sanford versus Raleigh, you have to think about your trade-offs. While living in Sanford will give you a lot more space inside your home and outside, generally for the price, you have to consider a longer commute, like the one that I'm doing right now. Alternatively, the closer you buy to Raleigh, the less you're gonna get in terms of space for the same price point. But you're much closer to things like their world-class healthcare system, malls, shopping, fine dining experience. Those are all things that you're more apt to get in that Raleigh area. We're heading into Raleigh right now for a doctor's appointment, but afterwards we're gonna check out a few of our favorite spots and we're going to take you along with us so you can check them out and help make your decision. So as I drive along, I just want to touch on traffic. Traffic between Sanford and Raleigh is really dependent on obviously what time you leave. Yesterday we went to another doctor's appointment in Chapel Hill. It's mostly the same route up until you get to the Triangle Expressway. And the traffic did get pretty bad, although it cleared up within a few minutes. There can be traffic jams, especially as you get closer to rush hour time in Raleigh itself and around Raleigh. But if you're going in the middle of the day, if you're going later in the evening, if you're going on weekends, you really don't see enough traffic to significantly impact your commutes. It's not that bad, in my opinion. And just like that, we're in Raleigh. I barely had enough time to film this entire video up to this point. That just goes to show how quick this commute actually is. Just finished the doctor's appointment. Now we're gonna head to some of our favorite places, including
Jim Tacos for lunch. And then we're gonna go to Paul and Jack's for a pastry and maybe coffee.
Turn left onto Wade Avenue.
All right, as you can see, it is 4:53, right in the middle of rush hour. I set my directions to home, and we have about an hour drive ahead of us. This is one of the longer drives you'll see from Sanford to Raleigh, and it's because of the time that we're leaving. We're heading out from Paul and Jack's, where we got this delicious tart and coffee, and then that, what did you say it's called?
A bomboloni.
Yeah, no idea what that means, but it was good. It tasted really good. So yeah, we'll see you on the road. So we're on our way back home. We had to drive right through the center of Raleigh, so you'll see some videos from that. I want to run through a possible scenario. This is something we've seen play out with many of our clients, actually. So say one of our clients, Joe, is an active duty soldier and he works on base at Fort Bragg, which is a very common thing that we see. Now, Joe's wife, Samantha, she works in the medical field, and she has to routinely drive up to Cary or Chapel Hill even for her job, for work. They will usually decide to end up in one of two places, either Sanford, which is what our channel is about, or Lillington, which we will also be focusing on heavily in this channel as well. Sanford and Lillington are both kind of right at that halfway point between the Triangle area and the Fayetteville area. Sanford is a very reasonable middle ground, as is Lillington. So we started our video in Sanford. We commuted all the way up to Raleigh, and now we're on our way home. And the question is this something I would recommend doing every single day? My answer is yes. The commute really is not that bad, and you get so much more out of it. You get generally bigger houses on bigger pieces of land for less price. And if the payoff is 45 minutes to an hour commute every day, I know a lot of people will absolutely jump on that opportunity. Now, if you're that kind of person that needs everything to be within 15 minutes, their social life, their job, then maybe it's not the right fit for you to live in Sanford, and places like Apex or Cary or even Raleigh, if that's in your budget, might be better for you. But for the vast majority of people who want to have all of their major amenities in one place, and then being able to travel for fine dining, shopping, really any of those things, then Sanford is a good option for you. So if you're ready to start taking those next steps in your move and want to talk to a local professional, I am happy to talk. You can contact me using the links in our description. I also have my email down there if you want to send an email. Whether Sanford is the perfect location for you or you're looking for somewhere closer to the Triangle, we're here to help put you in your dream home. Until next time, I'm Zach. Welcome home. Okay, we just got home. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. Look at her. Oh, she's like, what'd you bring me?
Hi, Pop.
What'd you bring me? What did you bring me? We didn't bring you anything. I'm sorry. Come on, go inside. Good girl.